Hello, I've recorded this video to show some ideas and ways on using video in your marketing because I think video is a real key one going forwards. There's lots of ways we can use it on a website, in social media, in email marketing and so on. But the challenge often is what sort of videos to record and how to go about doing it because it's a bit tricky getting started, but once you get into it, it's quite straightforward. So I think for most of our clients, there are three main types of video that work very well. The first one, and we've got a good example here on this website, is where you have an existing video with no audio. So maybe it's a 3D visualization and you want to put some audio over it as a voiceover. So in this case, we have, I think we had about 16 or 17 seconds of video here, which I'll show you. Let's just make it a bit bigger. And our client has recorded a voiceover for that, which we've put over the top of the video. So we've stretched the video out to about a minute and put the voiceover over the video. So it's an existing video, and rather than trying to do it all over again, he's just recorded some words to explain what's going on. So that works really well. Any old videos you have, just putting together a bit of commentary as to what they're all about. Second type is where you have photos and you want to try and make them into a video. So let me just open up their gallery. That's a good example. This software I'm using to record this video is called Loom, and this works really well. So basically on your computer screen, you could have a series of photos of work you've done, and then you could talk through it. Let's just go through a few of these. So using these as an example, this client could record a video or multiple videos talking about the type of work they do. So they could describe, this house here before we started on this, that was all, it was a muddy old lawn, for example. We've put in paving here, we've put in some steps across the grass here, a little back area there and so on. And they could use maybe 4 or 5 photos of the same project. There could be some befores, during and after, something like that, and just talk through what's going on. So even though it's not a video, by superimposing yourself on the screen with software like this, you can make it into a video. And with the mouse, you can be explaining different things, what you did here with the fencing, the patio around the back, etc., and show a number of different images. So it creates a quite an easy to do video from your existing images. The third type is where you're out on site, and there's quite a good example here. So the challenge with lots is knowing what to say, and I do always think that when you're on site, it's a lot easier because you're describing the work you've done or are about to do. And with all site videos, my view always is pretend you're talking to a client. So literally hold up your phone and start off by talking to the phone as though it's a client, along the lines of, hi, I'm Fred from ABC Landscaping, and I'm just going to talk you through a project we're going to be working on today, and then turn the camera around and show the project. And it works particularly well if you do before and after. So we've got one here from Andrew at S&D Paving, which he's done really well. So let me just... I'll pause it there. So that, for me, is the ideal introduction. So, he said who he is, seen his face on the camera, and now he's going on to explaining the work they're going to do. He's showing people what they're going to do and talking them through it. And then a bit later on in this video, we've put, here we are, the sort of the after bit. Let me try and find the correct place. There we go. So he spends about a minute talking through the various things they did, and there's 1 or 2 challenges in this one in terms of the levels and so on. But it's often a lot easier when you're actually on site and you can be talking about what you're going to do, and you can be talking about afterwards the work you've done, rather than just sort of sitting in front of a camera trying to think, what on earth do I say, and being very conscious of all the ums and the ers and everything else. When you're on site, it's a lot easier because you sort of, there's so much around you, so many props around you to talk about and explain to to people watching. So there's 3 ideas that we find work very well for videos. One is where you've got something old existing, but with no audio, no voiceover. So maybe you've taken a video on site. It's a bit too noisy. There's too much background sound to really record what's going on. But you've recorded the video. Possibly you've walked around a garden, recorded a video of exactly what work has been done, and then at a later date you can record an audio. It doesn't matter if they're different lengths, because we can stretch the video out and put the audio on it so they match up. Second one is where you've got some still images on your screen, and you can talk people through the before, the after, the work you've done in a bit more detail, and make it more interesting than just showing a series of photos. And then the last one is the on-site one, where you're actually talking to the camera and explaining what you've done, challenges, how good it looks afterwards, materials used, things like that. And all 3 videos work very, very well, and we find great engagement on the website, on social media, and so on. So I hope that's helpful.